if you want to scale and go to the next level, it is uncomfortable. You have to say yes to new things and say no to old things. Change. Hi, this is Coach Joe Lucas, and welcome to the Magellan Network Show. My goal inside of this communication, this show, is to share with you my nearly 30 years of coaching some of the most successful financial advisors in North America. We're going to be talking about strategies, syntaxes. We're going to be bringing guests on from time to time, and I'm going to share with you what's working now. So think of this show as sort of like a little one-on-one kind of mini coaching cast, if you like, where we're going to be going in depth from time to time on strategies to help you grow your business, get more effective, become more efficient, find balance in your time management, grow your business, and quite frankly, whatever else is going on in the world today. So before we get to today's episode, I'd love for you to do a couple things for me. Number one, make sure that if you're watching this on YouTube, that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're doing the audio, make sure that you give us a review on whether it's Spotify or Apple. We'd really appreciate that. And quite frankly, that does help. It does matter when you rate things and like things and subscribe to things. It helps us get the word out to more of the industry. And lastly, I have a very special gift for you. Go to MagellanNetwork.net, so one word, MagellanNetwork.net, and I have for you a complimentary membership, 100% gratis, where you can tap into about between 50 and 75 hours of masterclasses, forms, tools, templates, and strategies. So please go ahead and make sure you go ahead and get that claimed. Smash the like button and subscribe. And please go ahead and leave us a review on whatever podcasting platform you're on. And now, let's get to this week's episode. Hi, it's your Coach Joe Lucas, and welcome to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. This episode, maybe a little bit different than previous episodes. I'm going to talk about what it takes to double your income as a financial advisor. And if there was going to be a subheadline underneath, it would be, it's probably not what you think it is. So before we get into today's conversation, I want to kind of tell a quick story. Very recently, I was referred to a very successful financial advisor, $5 million ensemble practice, right? Independent. Like I always ask, hey man, paint me a picture where you want to go, what you want to do, why you want to do it, stuff like that. So I get my head around it. And he goes, hey, I want to be $1 billion / $10 million business. I said, great. And he gave me a timeline, which is, 5 years, doable for sure. Like I've seen that done. It's not crazy. And then I said, well, what do you think it's going to take? So this is why I'm having this conversation with you guys today. I said, what do you think it's going to take to do that? And then he starts rattling off like, I need a referral system, I need this kind of system, I need that system, and I need to get organized. And look, a $5 million shop, you think it's organized, right? And it is. He runs a great business, by the way, so there's nothing wrong with it. And I said, so it's really just about buying systems, right? I said, look, man, here's a practice management consultant. Look, I can give you 5 practice management consultants. I can give you, 5 practice management coaching programs to go do, right? All this stuff. And he looks at me like, why is Joe like trying to send me away, right? And I said, if you think it's systems, then, that's number one, I don't believe it is. And number two, if you and I are working together, we're not going to talk about systems. I mean, I will refer you to people that build systems and they do a great job, and that's what they do. I said, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to see how you're going to answer it for me. I go, I've got the $5 million version of you in front of me on Zoom. What do you think the $10 million version of you looks like? And he goes, well, I think it's kind of the same person. I think I'm good. I said, there's our challenge right there. You're under the delusion that the current version of you is the $10 million version of you. It's not. Right? It's the $5 million version of you. And that's why you have a $5 million business. So if you want to double, triple, quarter, I don't care. I use double just not to blow people away here. Your current identity is 100% linked to your bank account, your current identity, right? Let's say you're going to get in this game 5 or 10 years and you're doing $500,000 and you're always like robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're always in scarcity mode and you've tried to do things, right? Like, oh, I'm going to get a lead gen program. I'm going to go put a seminar program on my credit card, right? I'm going to make that money back, right? It's going to make it happen for me, and it doesn't. Do you want to know why systems work for some people and they don't in this game? Because they already have the identity. They just need to modify the vehicle. Like, they're good. Like, they get it, right? They just need the how. They already got the who and the why. They just get, hows are easy. You want a referral program? I can give that to you in 5 minutes. Not a big deal, right? Doesn't mean you're going to be successful with it. It's all about identity. It's all about mindset. So if you're looking to elevate, and this is very counterintuitive, by the way, because what it requires you to do is to look in the mirror basically and say, okay, what are my fundamental fatal flaws as a person, as a leader, as a professional, as an advisor? What are my current standards? Because until you change your standards and raise them, you will not change your results. Your standards of how you wake up in the morning, how you operate throughout the day, who you take on as a client, who you say yes to, more importantly, who and what you say no to. But nobody wants to talk about that because that's not sexy. I can't just bottle up, that same person comes to me and they've been through other programs, right? And they go, well, hey, I don't want another program. I said, great, man, because I don't do programs. Look, you want me? I'm going to be your partner. Like, it's a personal relationship, right? And obviously the investment is, along that way too, right? We're going to customize everything. You and I are going to work hand in hand, side by side, make stuff happen for you, create the next version of you, right? Because the rest of the stuff's easy. So for some of you, this has just been like an epiphany. You're trying to scale, systematize your way to the next level, and you're struggling with it because it's not about that. It's about who you need to become. There's 3 domains, right, in this game. The advisor domain, the business owner domain, and the entrepreneur domain. There's 3 domains. What everybody tries to figure out is the advisor domain, right? Because that's how you grew up. Well, I'll just do more. And that's everybody, well, I'll just do more. And what you end up trying to do is reverse engineer, right? Now, for some of you, it's not about being a better advisor. It's about being less of an advisor, more of a business owner, more of an entrepreneur. What are the key differentials? Advisors tend to operate in very much solopreneur, singular kind of concepts, right? Maybe you have an assistant, you kind of operate the way, but your core identity is an advisor identity. That's who you relate to. That's who you self-actualize, right? That's what you see when you look in the mirror. If you all of a sudden now start building a team out, right? Now you're going to become more of a business owner. And look, I say this respectfully. Most advisors suck at being the business owner. They rock star the advisor game. They don't rock star the business owner game. You're stuck. Part of the reason why is you've never identified as a business owner, like a real business owner, like really, truly, like thinking about it. And then to really scale, you got to think more like an entrepreneur, right? You got to have that entrepreneurial, not even entrepreneurial gene. Everybody has that entrepreneurial gene, but you have to awaken it. You've got to really, really bring it to the forefront. And it's what most advisors don't do. They never thought of it that way. They just think keep doing it more. And there's an old saying, what got you here will not get you there. And so here's where advisors really sabotage their growth. They operate in the past, not in the future. So what do I mean by that? They think about a client they've had for 15, 20 years who's well below their minimum, takes up a slot. And this is not about being ruthless. It's about understanding that, if you live in your past, you'll never create your future. Forget advisors. So many people absolutely live in their past. Now, why do we do that? It's comfortable. It's what we know. It's easy, right? You just keep doing what you do. To, double your income, right? And I don't know, 3 to 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, again, I got all different scenarios on this. So here are some truths. Truth number 1, if you want to really scale your business and your income, you've got to be willing to let go of who you were and, more importantly, who you are today. Because who you are today is not going to get the job done. You've got to create a new version of you, right? And I'm going to give you my personal story. So for the first 25 years of my game, I've always been, a lot of people consider me to be a very, very good coach. Some would even say a great coach. I have a lot of loyalty with my personal clients, decades worth. Right? I've been doing this for 30 years. And when I was coming up on my 25th anniversary as a coach, I had, quarter century, doing something for a quarter century, in these day and age is pretty, not usually common. And I looked back to my 25 years and I said, it was okay. I'm pretty good. But I never said I was great. With money on the table, meat on the bone, I don't care, whatever you want to call it. So I went through this very soul-searching process for about a year. And this is where I came to. I said, I'm trying to scale. I'm trying to figure out, and I'm giving you personal experience here. I was about, okay, I need better marketing. I need more marketing systems, right? I need more lead gen. I need this, I need that, right, stuff and so on. And that was making some incremental improvements, but it wasn't like blowing the doors off anything. Hi, Coach Joe Lucas here, and I'm just breaking here for a moment just to do a couple quick reminders. Number one, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel or our podcast. In addition, please leave a comment or a review. Those things really, really matter. And share this episode with 3 of your colleagues inside the financial services space. And lastly, make sure that you go ahead and claim your free membership inside of Magellan Network. Now back to this week's episode. And I remember I went to I literally invested like $10,000, went to California for 3 days in this digital marketing. Because I said, man, if I master digital marketing, right, then my game will be fixed, right? And I never forget what the instructor said to me. He looked me dead in the eye. I'm like pointing at me. Like, I asked, I think I asked a question. Tell me your story, da-da-da. And he goes, dude, you don't have a marketing problem. You have a you problem. You don't think you deserve more. You don't think you can charge more. And like, that was to me, like, wait, bro. Hey, I'm here to learn about digital marketing. Not like, but what he did is he really held up a mirror to me. I remember after that day, because I think it's like day one or like it was like early. I remember going back to the hotel room. My wife was with me, my wife/business partner, and I asked her. I said, "Do you think he's right?" And she goes, "Yeah." I said, "You're the only one that doesn't see it." And I just remember in that moment, I had this like, you ever get like this feeling in the pit of your stomach, like you found a truth that you didn't want to face. And I never forgot that because I remember waking up the next morning and doing my morning walk and talk on the beach. We were in, where were we? One of the beaches, Huntington Beach, California. And I just remember looking out at the ocean, watching the seagulls do their thing. And I just felt this something come over me like, is this really my truth? And in that moment, I realized that I had to change. And it was frightening. I was scared. Because what it meant was I had to reframe, reshape everything about me. I had to fire clients, had to blow up mastermind groups, had to say goodbye to some old relationships. All very uncomfortable things. So here's truth number 2. If you want to scale and go to the next level, it is uncomfortable. You have to say yes to new things and say no to old things. Change. Not everybody's into that. And you've got to be really compelled to do it because there'll be days you don't want to do it, that you will doubt yourself. Like, why am I doing this? Why can't I just be comfortable? Even though you're not happy with your level of success, but it's comfortable. So I go through that. I tripled my business in 5 years. So now there's Coach Joe 2.0. I go through my 30th anniversary this February of 2024. And I'm kind of lost a little bit. Again, I'm always going to speak the truth here on these conversations. Like, we're good, comfortable. Economics are good, family's good, life is good, clients are good, everything's good. But why am I not happy? Why am I feeling like I'm coasting? Guess what? I was. So I celebrate This past February 15th, actually, 30 years of in the seat. May, I celebrate my 30th wedding anniversary. And December 15th of this year, I celebrate my 60th birthday, 60th year on this planet. And what I came to the conclusion recently, that's why we're having this conversation this week, is I'm ready for Coach Joe 3.0. Time to blow stuff up again. And that's what I'm in the process of figuring out what that looks like, creating a brand new blueprint. If you want to really grow as an advisor, you got to be willing to blow stuff up, tear it up, get uncomfortable, make tough decisions. You're not a system away. You're not a funnel away. You're not a seminar process away. You're not a lead gen program away. That's a bunch of BS. You are the next version of you away. Once that happens, everything else, you'll find the resources. You'll find the consultants, the people, the team members, everything. Like, they will appear for you. Opportunities will show up when you're ready. But until that happens, you're just going to be spinning your wheel, spending your money. Bottom line. That's the truth. Now, here's what my industry would love you to think. The coaching industry, the practice management industry, and look, they're all great people. So it's not like there's no nefarious actors out there. Butcher wants to sell you meat, right? So the practice management people want to sell you practice management. The marketing people want to sell you marketing, right? The lead gen people want to sell you lead gen, right? That's the butcher. Everything. Hey, you're hungry? We got meat, and they're the place. They're valuable. I've got clients that. You name a lead gen program, I got a client that's successful with it. Marketing, you want to know, I got clients that are very successful at LinkedIn, seminars, smart asset, whatever, right? Rockstar stuff. You know why? They got their version of them right. Like, they got themselves right. Until you can get yourself right as an advisor and get to that next level and think differently, think bigger, demand more of yourself, demand more of your team, grow, evolve, get uncomfortable, shift. Until you're willing to do that, you will struggle, and you'll kind of be in a variance. I don't know why. Like, I'm flatlining. I can't break out. I can't grow my revenue. I can't grow my business because you have not grown. Here's the correlations. Next truth. The more you invest in yourself, the faster you grow your income. Period. End of story. Notice I said you. I didn't say the next thing, another program. Who do you coach with personally? What masterminds are you involved with? What do you read? What do you listen to? How do you start your day? Who do you associate with? All those things matter. See, what I got really clear on literally the last couple of days. Like, I know what my next version of me looks like. It's damn exciting. I didn't go to a beach. I wasn't sitting there watching the ocean. But my sense of it is so powerful. That's the work. So here's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to wrap this up. Here we are in mid-November, basically, right? 2024. We're a few weeks away, 6-8 weeks away from 2025, when like something magical is supposed to happen to everybody. You get a chance to transform. Bull on that. Transform today. Like, why wait? What I'm doing is taking the next 8 weeks and doing it, doing the work, doing the personal development work, doing the morning work, doing everything I need to do. Why? Because when January comes, not that there's anything magic about that. Like, I'm not like, okay, now it's go time. Like, no, I'm already running. Like, I'm already moving and shaping things. I'm going to go into the 2025 with my version 3.0, moving forward on and not waiting to launch it. It's already launched. It was launched days ago. That's what it takes. These are truths. Now, some of you may sit there and say, that was BS, Joe. I said, okay, man, then why are you here? You should go listen to a practice management podcast and get some more of the great ideas that, by the way, you'll never do. That's the difference. Execution. Execution requires you to get uncomfortable to change. Right? Bottom line. And it's consistency too. So it's not about the next shiny object that shows up. Oh, I'm going to do that now. Like, no, you stay the course. That's what's critically important. All right? So, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Look, I do these podcasts, YouTube channels, YouTube videos, because at some point I'll be gone. Right? Nobody lives forever, right? And I want this to leave a lasting impression on the people that matter, and that's you. I share my best. I'm authentic. You don't have to agree with me. This is my version of the truth. I just want to say thank you. So, with that said, let's have a great week this week, right? If you are, I don't hate the word interested, because I hate that word. If this made sense to you and you're ready for change, fabizplan.com. We're doing a 3-day live stream and masterclass. So you don't have to, if you can't make the my stream, you'll get the masterclass. My strategic planning process is all about change. It's all about elevation. So if you're ready, go to that link, get your slot, and I'll see you on the stream. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. Hey, if any of this resonated with you, I invite you to come to MagellanNetwork.net, and we have a powerful group coaching community of like-minded advisors. Come in for a trial. You and I will have a one-on-one conversation. Let's see if I can help elevate your game both personally and professionally.